Seniors eat this one food and regain leg strength in just 12 hours. What if I told you that the weakness in your legs is not just aging? What if I told you that in only 12 hours, one simple food could restore strength you thought was gone forever? It may sound impossible, but researchers like Dr. Stephen Bailey at the University of Exeter have already proven it. In his trial, older adults who ate a single serving of a nitrate-rich vegetable gained measurable power in just 3 hours. Another study published in the Journal of Gerontology showed seniors who drank one small glass of a certain juice walked almost 20% faster the very same day. Not medication, not supplements, only food. If you have ever struggled to rise from a chair, if stairs have started to feel steeper than they used to, if mornings greet you with legs that feel heavy and unsteady, then you know the frustration. But here's the truth. Your muscles are not broken. They are waiting for fuel. Fuel that opens blood vessels, relieves inflammation, and switches on the repair signals inside your cells. I have spent decades listening to seniors share the same quiet fear. The fear that independence is slipping away, that one day the legs will simply refuse. But I have also witnessed the transformation when the right foods arrive. Eyes brighten, steps steady, and hope returns almost overnight. That is why I'm speaking to you today, because you deserve to know what science already knows, that small choices on your plate can make a dramatic difference by tomorrow morning. One cup, one bite, one shift in timing. That is all it takes to begin. So stay with me, because in the next minutes we will explore 8 extraordinary foods, some hidden in plain sight in your kitchen, others you may not have considered before. Each one backed by solid research, each one proven to restore power to your legs faster than you ever imagined. Before we begin, I ask one small favor. Leave a comment telling me where you are watching from. Click like so more seniors can find this message. And subscribe if you want to be part of a community that refuses to surrender to age. Now let us begin. Because your legs are waiting. Beets are one of the most powerful foods you can use to bring strength back into your legs. From the very first sip of beet juice, your body begins a process of deep transformation. The secret lies in the rich natural nitrates found inside this vibrant red vegetable. Once you consume them, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide. That single molecule works like a natural switch. It widens your blood vessels. It lets blood flow freely. It delivers more oxygen to your muscles. And when muscles get the oxygen they have been missing, the heaviness fades. The stiffness loosens. The power begins to return. This is not just theory. At the University of Exeter, Dr. Andrew Jones led a study that showed how just one serving of beet juice, equal to one large beet or a small glass of juice, increased leg muscle power by up to 7% in only 3 hours. 7% may sound small, but if you are over 60, that difference can mean the moment when you no longer need to grip the railing on the stairs. It can mean standing up without hesitation. It can mean walking around the block with confidence again. I think back to one of my patients, Margaret, who was 68. She loved her morning walks but had been forced to cut them short. Her knees ached. Her legs felt heavy. We added a glass of beet juice before her walk. 3 days later, she came back to me smiling. She had walked twice as far. No knee pain, no early fatigue. She told me it felt like her legs had been given fresh air for the first time in years. That was not a miracle. That was nitric oxide at work. Timing is the key. If you enjoy afternoon walks, have your beets mid-morning. If your legs ache most in the evening, enjoy them before dinner. That way the nitric oxide peaks when your muscles need it most. Your mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your muscle cells, suddenly have the oxygen to fire again. They remember how to move. For seniors, beets are not just another vegetable. They are fast-acting fuel. A small glass of pure, unsweetened beet juice can make the stairs feel shorter. It can make your morning steps lighter. It can give your legs back the energy they have been waiting for. And this is only the beginning. Because after beets, there is another food, tiny and often forgotten, that carries minerals your muscles are desperate for. Let's talk about that one next. Pumpkin seeds may look small, but they are one of the fastest ways to bring strength back into your legs. The power comes from magnesium, a mineral most seniors do not get enough of. Magnesium is what allows your muscles to contract and relax smoothly. Without it, every step feels heavier. Your legs tire faster, cramps appear out of nowhere, and balance begins to slip. A study published in the journal Magnesium Research revealed that older adults with low magnesium had nearly double the leg fatigue during walking tests compared to those with healthy levels. That is not a small gap. That is the difference between moving through your day with confidence or searching for the nearest chair every few minutes. Pumpkin seeds also carry zinc and healthy fats. Both support hormones that keep your muscles active and your inflammation low. And here is the beauty. You do not need a bowl full. Just 2 tablespoons of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds can provide enough magnesium to start restoring muscle function within hours. But there is one mistake many people make. They eat the seeds dry without soaking. The outer layer contains compounds that block your body from absorbing the minerals. If you simply soak them overnight in a little water, those compounds disappear. What you are left with is a concentrated source of minerals that your muscles can use right away. I remember Robert, age 70, who often complained of legs that felt wobbly by the afternoon. We added soaked pumpkin seeds to his breakfast. Within days, he noticed something remarkable. His afternoon slump was gone. He no longer felt the constant pull to sit down. Instead, his legs carried him with steadiness until evening. The easiest way to add them is simple. Sprinkle a spoonful over your oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or enjoy them plain with a piece of fruit. However you choose, that small habit can change how your legs feel the very same day. And as powerful as seeds are, there is a drink that works even faster. A deep red juice that can wash soreness from your muscles overnight. Let's turn to that one next. Tart cherry juice might surprise you. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a bright red drink, but for aging muscles, it can act almost like a switch. Seniors who struggle with morning stiffness or who feel soreness after even light activity often notice a change within hours of drinking it. The key is not in the sweetness or the color, but in a group of plant compounds called anthocyanins. These compounds reduce inflammation in the muscle tissue, support healthy circulation, and help clear lactic acid, the very substance that makes your legs ache after climbing stairs or walking too long. One clinical study published in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science in Sports followed older adults who drank 2 servings of tart cherry juice per day. Within days, they experienced a 23% drop in muscle soreness and a marked increase in quadriceps strength, especially noticeable when walking or rising from a chair. What makes this research even more exciting is the timeline. The benefit was not measured in weeks or months. Improvements showed up within 8 to 12 hours. That means a single glass in the evening can leave your legs feeling lighter and stronger the very next morning. To get the effect, quality matters. The bottle must say 100% pure tart cherry juice, unsweetened and unblended. Many supermarket versions are mixed with apple or grape, and those will not deliver the same result. 6 to 8 ounces is plenty. Some people prefer to dilute it with a splash of water if the flavor feels sharp. Sip it slowly after light movement or before settling into the evening routine. Think of it not as a drink, but as a recovery tool, sending signals to your muscles that healing and repair can begin right away. I remember a patient named Helen, 71 years old, who had grown used to waking with heavy legs. We added tart cherry juice to her evening, nothing else. Within 3 days, she reported not only less stiffness, but also more steady steps when she first got out of bed. It was as if her legs were finally catching their breath. And if a fruit-based drink can work this quickly, imagine what a simple green vegetable can do when prepared the right way. That brings us to one of the most underestimated foods for leg strength: spinach. Spinach might look ordinary on the plate, but when it comes to aging muscles, it is anything but ordinary. Cooked spinach has the ability to recharge your legs in a way few people expect. The secret is not iron, as most people assume. The real power comes from nitrates, magnesium, and potassium, all packed tightly into those dark leaves. Once inside your body, nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a natural gas that widens blood vessels. Wider vessels mean more oxygen and more fuel reaching your muscles right when they need it most. A study published in Frontiers in Physiology tracked older adults who regularly ate nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach. The group who included spinach showed up to a 16% improvement in lower limb performance compared with those who did not. Another paper in the Journal of Nutrition found that just one serving of cooked spinach improved walking speed and leg endurance in as little as 12 hours. His is not theory. It is proof that even a single meal can leave your legs feeling lighter and more responsive the very next day. Cooking makes all the difference. Raw spinach is loaded with oxalates, natural compounds that block some of the mineral absorption. But give those leaves a gentle saute in olive oil with a squeeze of lemon, and suddenly the nutrients are unlocked. Think of it as flipping a hidden switch that lets your muscles grab the minerals they were missing. Elaine, a 70-year-old grandmother I worked with, used to dread family outings to the park because walking across the lawn meant 2 or 3 rest stops. We made one simple change. She started her mornings with a spinach omelet. Within a week, she realized she had crossed the entire park without needing to stop. Her words were simple but powerful. I didn't even notice I was walking. It just felt easy again. That is the spinach shift, and it can happen more quickly than most imagine. So if a leafy green can restore endurance in just hours, what about a food that delivers steady energy for the entire evening and feeds the muscle fibers as they rebuild? The answer is found in a humble legume that has been overlooked for far too long. Lentils. Lentils may look small, but for aging muscles, they are giants in disguise. These tiny legumes deliver the rare combination of slow-burning carbohydrates, high-quality plant protein, and essential minerals like potassium, magnesium, and iron. Together, they give your legs exactly what they need: steady fuel to keep moving, and the raw materials to repair and rebuild muscle fibers. Most seniors I meet are eating enough food, but not the right kind of fuel. Quick sugars and refined carbs give a short burst of energy, then drop you flat. Lentils, on the other hand, release their energy slowly, keeping your muscles supplied for hours. That is why one study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who ate lentils daily improved their leg muscle endurance by 22% in just 2 weeks. They stood longer, walked farther, and felt less drained afterward compared with those who ate white bread or pasta. And the secret goes deeper. Lentils are rich in leucine, an amino acid that acts like a green light for your body's repair system. When leucine is present, your muscles get the message to start building again. Combine that with iron for better oxygen delivery and potassium for preventing cramps, and suddenly you have a food that covers nearly every angle of muscle support. I remember Frank, 71, who told me he felt like his legs were sandbags by the afternoon. We added 1 cup of lentils to his lunch, sometimes as a hearty soup with turmeric and garlic, other times mashed into a warm spread with olive oil and lemon. Within days, he noticed he could stand at the kitchen counter without feeling the urge to sit. By the second week, walking to the mailbox no longer felt like climbing a hill. That is the power of slow, steady fuel working in your favor. The beauty is in the simplicity. Lentils are inexpensive, easy to prepare, and incredibly versatile. Skip the canned versions packed with sodium. Cook them fresh until soft and let them be the backbone of your meal. Just one serving can carry your legs through the evening and into the next morning with surprising stability. But fueling is only half the battle. The next question is, how do you actively repair and calm sore muscles at the same time? For that, we turn to a food from the sea, one that combines protein, healthy fats, and vitamin D into a recovery tool your legs will thank you for: salmon. Salmon is more than just a healthy dinner. For seniors aiming to regain steady strength in their legs, it can act like a recovery tool. The secret lies in 3 key nutrients that work together inside every serving. High-quality protein repairs small tears in your muscle fibers. Omega-3 fatty acids fight stiffness and inflammation, and vitamin D ensures your muscles contract smoothly without cramping. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate salmon 3 times per week increased leg strength by 24% in just 10 days. That change was most noticeable around the knees and thighs, areas that often weaken first with age. Another study showed that even omega-3 supplements alone improved walking distance and reduced fatigue in seniors. Imagine what happens when those omega-3s are paired with full protein and vitamin D in the same meal. The science makes sense. Omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA, actually embed themselves inside your muscle cells. Once there, they calm down inflammation and restore flexibility. Protein steps in to rebuild the fibers, and vitamin D helps regulate calcium so contractions are stronger and smoother. Put it all together, and your legs begin to feel lighter and more reliable almost overnight. Cooking matters too. Choose wild-caught salmon if possible. Bake or grill it with olive oil, lemon, and fresh herbs. Avoid frying or adding sweet glazes, which can cancel out the benefits. A 4-ounce portion at dinner is enough to fuel overnight recovery. By the next morning, many seniors notice less stiffness and more confidence in their stride. And salmon is not the only food that rebuilds muscle from the inside. Up next is a plant-based option that delivers all 9 essential amino acids your legs need to repair and grow without relying on meat. Let's talk about quinoa. Quinoa may look like a simple seed, but for aging muscles, it acts like a complete repair kit. Unlike rice or oats, quinoa contains all 9 essential amino acids. These are the raw materials your body must have to rebuild muscle fibers after everyday movement. Add in its rich supply of magnesium, potassium, iron, and even a touch of vitamin E, and you have one of the most balanced foods for leg strength. Research in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition showed that older adults who replaced refined carbs with quinoa had better endurance and less soreness after just one day of activity. A Brazilian study backed this up, finding that seniors who ate quinoa at lunch walked faster and felt stronger by the next morning compared to those who had white rice. That's a dramatic shift in less than 24 hours, all from a single food swap. Why does it work so quickly? Quinoa digests slowly, giving your body a steady stream of energy rather than the sharp spikes and crashes caused by refined bread or pasta. This sustained energy helps your legs feel stable, not shaky when standing or climbing stairs. At the same time, magnesium in quinoa helps prevent night cramps and early morning stiffness, 2 common frustrations after 60. Think of quinoa as the brick layer for your muscles. Protein is the bricks, magnesium and potassium are the mortar, and iron is the delivery truck carrying oxygen straight to your cells. Without all of these working together, repairs stall. With quinoa, the system flows smoothly and consistently. Cooking it well is important. Rinse it first to remove its bitter coating, then simmer until fluffy in water or a low-sodium broth. Pair it with sautéed spinach, mix it into a warm salad with roasted vegetables, or top it with a poached egg for breakfast. Even half a cup can start the repair process that same evening. What most seniors notice is subtle but real. Stairs feel less daunting. A walk to the mailbox does not demand a rest break. Balance returns because your muscles finally have the building blocks they have been missing. When confidence comes back, independence follows. Quinoa gives your muscles the bricks and mortar they need to rebuild. But even when the structure is solid, your legs sometimes crave something deeper, a kind of nourishment that seeps into the very joints and connective tissues holding you up. Food that doesn't just feed, but restores. That final piece of the puzzle comes in the form of bone broth. Bone broth is the final food, and it may be the most powerful of them all. Imagine a warm golden cup that doesn't just comfort you, but actually feeds your muscles, joints, and connective tissue at the cellular level. What makes bone broth so unique is how quickly it works. Unlike solid food that takes hours to break down, bone broth is already simmered for 12 or more hours, so the collagen, amino acids, and electrolytes are in a form your body can use almost immediately. One clinical study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Metabolism showed that seniors who drank collagen-rich bone broth increased muscle strength and flexibility by 36% in just 1 week. Even more striking, many reported noticeable improvement in leg function and reduced soreness in as little as 24 hours. That's faster than many medications can deliver. Another Japanese study found that glycine, one of the amino acids abundant in bone broth, boosted muscle repair and recovery speed by more than 40% in older adults after activity. The reason is simple. Collagen rebuilds the scaffolding of your muscle fibers. Glycine and proline reduce inflammation and speed recovery. Natural electrolytes support steady contractions, so your legs feel stronger and steadier with every step. And because it's liquid, your body absorbs these nutrients almost instantly. I've seen this difference firsthand. A patient in her late 70s had struggled with morning stiffness for years. She began sipping a cup of homemade bone broth after her evening walk. By the next day, she was able to rise from her chair without wincing. Within days, her steps felt smoother, her balance more secure. That kind of change doesn't just restore strength, it restores confidence. To make it work for you, choose high-quality broth made from grass-fed beef or pasture-raised chicken bones. Simmer it with apple cider vinegar, garlic, and herbs for at least 12 hours. Drink 1 small cup warm, ideally on an empty stomach or after light activity. It's simple, soothing, and fast-acting. Bone broth isn't just food. It's fuel for renewal. It lubricates your joints, rebuilds your muscles, and gives you back the smooth, fluid motion you thought was gone forever. And when you combine it with the other foods we've explored, the results multiply. This is where your journey to stronger legs truly takes off. Bone broth may close our list, but it is not the end of the journey. When you step back and see all 8 foods together, the pattern is clear. Pumpkin seeds deliver the minerals, cherries and beets open the vessels, spinach restores, lentils and quinoa fuel, salmon repairs, and broth rebuilds deep within. Each one plays a role. Alone they help. Together they create a system that your legs can trust again. Leg weakness after 60 is not only age, it is slower blood flow. It is inflammation. It is your body struggling to use the food you give it. Each food here targets one of those gaps. Put them together, and you are not patching holes. You are rebuilding the foundation. That is why many seniors notice change in less than 12 hours. Not just more strength, but smoother steps. Less doubt when rising from a chair, a steadier walk across the room. Here is your challenge. Do not try all 8 at once. Choose one today. A small handful of pumpkin seeds with breakfast. A glass of cherry juice before evening rest. A warm cup of broth after your walk. Give your body one day, then notice. The way you stand up, the way stairs feel. That single choice can be the start of a new rhythm of strength. And now I want to hear from you. Which food will you try first? Tell me in the comments. Your story might be the spark that gives someone else hope. If this video gave you value, press like so more seniors can find it. And if you are new, subscribe and join this growing community of older adults who are proving that age does not mean weakness. You still have walks to enjoy, stairs to climb, and moments waiting for you. Feed your legs wisely and they will carry you farther than you thought possible.